Well, let's call the October 8th meeting to order. I'd like a motion to approve the minutes, please. So moved here. Who seconds?
I can.
Thank you. Is there anybody opposed to the minutes? That was easy. Thank you. So we're on to old business and we'll start with the rooftop lighting. Any updates on rooftop?
There are no updates on rooftop lighting. I did get an email from Jim and Bob. And so Jim is who? Oh, is that his name?
Oh, John.
John,
John,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
Oh,
John.
John,
Okay.
John, I
I'm like,
apologize.
yeah,
I
I didn't
just
know who
gave
Jim
you
was.
Jim,
No.
John. So the next step is going to be getting some folks out there I want them to meet with him
Okay. So
and walk. It's my understanding with John. Barr.
Okay, and then the last meeting, and this is just almost, it's just funny now, but I was told people were going to get in touch with me. We've had an issue for about 3 years. It's just dangling lights, and I've still never heard from the newer company or whatever. If anybody could, I mean, I'm happy to get in touch with them, but I've got email or so.
Same here also. Last meeting, they said they would be in touch with us and we haven't heard anything either.
No, well, I have to get with him. So
Okay.
it's, they haven't gone down there yet. Yeah. So I need to coordinate with him so that he can walk with them and show them. And if you're around, which would be even nicer.
Oh, yeah. We'll be
So,
there.
yeah, so that's,
Holland, did you hear that sometime? So they're gonna contact and work with John.
John Barr for his light area, yeah, I'm sure. And then they're just going to get in touch with us individually for ours.
so once I get the time scheduled, what I can do is let you know the day that they're going to be, that he's gonna come over and hopefully the time, and that way you guys can be available. Cause that was the big issue for me.
Oh, yeah, and then ours is just on the side of the building. So, I mean, we're there almost all the time anyway, but otherwise it's just, it's very visual on the outside. But
Okay.
we'll wait and hear from you.
Okay.
All right. Moving on then to the Merchant and Business Association. So as far as reinstatement, it's done. We are reinstated officially. We are now in the process of getting the insurance so we can take care and get all of our events and be all good to go and safe with all of those. So, that is what we're just waiting on that piece. Then after that, I guess I'll just kind of speak for the group because we got a good morning.
Sure, okay, good.
Yes, thank you.
Then we just need to kind of sit down and figure out what our plans are for 2025. Good morning, John.
Sorry, everyone.
And meaning get organized, figure out the bylaws, get all those things filed. And then since we have the brochure, that group are the members. So then we'll reach out to everybody on the brochure and kind of see how we're going to work this moving forward, since all those kind of events and things are shifting to that group and those of us on that group. And then we'll just go from there. So that's about all I know, unless anybody had any questions.
No, I had been contacted by a couple of businesses that are outside of Old Orchard that sort of has asked, because they don't have anything sort of similar, that when this gets up and going, that we might have something either in the bylaws, or if we might want to have a discussion to consider letting other non-Old Orchard businesses be a part of it. I talked to Fran a little bit and I just told him that we're in this stage and we could get back with them, but just wanted to kind of put that out there.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, good call. Thanks, Holland. I guess when when things kind of die down a little bit, maybe we'll either all just get together or just do a Zoom or something just to discuss when everything's. Do you know any more on the insurance at all for the reinstatement?
I haven't heard anything
Okay.
since our meeting with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll follow up with that. All righty. So let's move on to the events. So gazebo series feedback.
Just looking for feedback from any of you. We concluded, had our final performance on the 4th. We ended up canceling 3 because of 2 for weather and 1 for health. And then we rescheduled 2 of the 3. And one of the ones that was rescheduled was canceled again for weather. And then the last one was one of the rescheduled ones. I would say the last one was the lightest attendance. That was that was the one though that was supposed to be the kickoff with the kids. So, but it was, late in the season and gets dark early and a lot of competition for other things. I think Avery had their fall festival going on. So it was the lightest one. Jake's Leg again was by far the biggest one. But we never had any problems. Everything went well other than that. So just looking for feedback. I've already been asked by I call him my band wrangler, if we're doing it again next year so that he can plot out his timeframe. So something you guys need to decide if we're gonna do it again or.
You mean our new board gets to decide?
That is right. I found out that we've been doing it, the first one was in 2005, so it's been going on a long time.
Okay. Typically, how far in advance do those, I mean, I realize you're asking now, but when do they want solidified? I'm trying to get a game plan for timing for a meeting to.
The reason he wants to ask is it gives him more options of the bands that he wants. Lots of times he can't get who he would like to get because they're already booked.
Okay,
So if we could have a conversation in January and make a decision to tell him by February.
Yeah.
That would be ideal.
I can't imagine we're not gonna do this. We've gone it forever, but I mean, Holland, do you have a problem with saying we're gonna do this next year?
I do not.
I don't, do you?
No, of course.
Okay, so you can tell him we're gonna do it next year. We'll figure it
Yeah,
out.
as soon as he thinks we should get started, let's
Yeah.
try to get
All
started.
right.
So there's
That's
the
good.
4 of us. We had a mini. Eric, did you need to say something? I thought he was on mute, off mute, sorry. Okay. Anything else on the gazebo series from anyone? Okay. Trick or treat update.
Georgia, we have 18 Old Orchard businesses, which is an increase every year that you guys have been doing it. There's been more. Cullen Saltzman is doing the map. In fact, he's already sent me a proof. I'm getting him the design files so that he can correct the date and stuff. Posters are already printed, so once we get the maps printed, we'll get them out to everybody.
Can you remind everybody of the date?
It is the 26th of October. It's always the Saturday before Halloween from 3 to 5 in the afternoon. It would be taking place in Old Webster, Old Orchard, and Crossroads.
Simultaneously, the BBC group is,
Yes, I got it on there.
okay.
You are correct, though. Not going on that weekend.
Do you want to discuss it at the moment?
Sure, if you want.
Yeah, might as well.
The BDC has a subcommittee. It's a group that we keep referring to as the retail and restaurant business owners getting together to collaborate. It's a Webster-wide committee. And so they've picked that weekend. So it's a 3-day thing at kickoff on Friday evening and then all day Saturday and Sunday, having a fall festival. That one has, let's see, 28 businesses participating. Most of them are in Old Orchard. By far, Old Orchard has the most that's participating in
Fall
that.
festival might be misleading in some ways in that it's really all the businesses are choosing to run some type of special or sale, right?
Well, no, they branded it the Fall Festival.
I know that, I'm just saying that it's.
There's not bands and this
No,
and
No,
that.
some people are talking about getting bans.
So each individual store is choosing to run some type of special or type of thing, like Civil Alchemy's doing a bonfire in their back lot or not a bonfire, but drinks and they get a little fire warmer, maybe it's not a bonfire. And we're getting a blow up pumpkin at Annex and
Oh, that's
So
cool.
while the kids are trick or treating, so I think the idea was trick or treating didn't bring a lot to the businesses except just another responsibility to bring, like, these people are just coming for candy. They're not coming and doing they're not adding anything to the businesses or spending any money. It's actually a drain on the business more than it's a foul.
Yeah, there's not a lot of shopping going on during that 2 hour time frame.
They thought, well, what can we do at the same time? So everybody, all the businesses are ranked type some special, giving away some drinks at Annex. And we're just doing candy at Frisco. But
It's
Cool.
it's up to each business what they want to do.
Wow.
They are encouraged to decorate for fall, that sort of thing. So who knows what folks might
Since
come
they
up with.
talked about some places having bands out front, like if you wanna host a band, you're more than welcome to host them, or
Right.
hosting other pop-ups and stuff like that, so.
Oh, that's cool. You said there's 28 businesses.
Yes,
Wow, that's
and
nice.
that's Webster wide, although it's basically the 3 business district and then 1 at Marshall and Summit.
And that, I'm assuming that was, you all chose that because of the trick or treat day? Or did
I
it
don't know if
land
they
that
would or
way?
not.
Because that's pretty cool to do that, or consider even that every Saturday beforehand, even later.
I wasn't a part of the meeting.
Yeah, I don't
But I know
know.
that
how that-
Tammy and Kelly have been talking a lot.
Yes, they have.
Tammy's the head of the group, I believe. I think that
She's the
she,
chair of the BDC.
Okay.
Her and the vice chair, Julia, Leaning, she runs, she's the owner of Descendant in Crossroads.
Yeah.
They're kind of like the worker bees behind it.
Okay. Oh, cool. I mean, that's kind of neat that it tied, whether it meant to
So
or
there was
not.
no mention of the trick or treat whenever we were at the meeting. I don't know if they've had another meeting, so I don't
Oh.
know if they didn't pay attention. I don't know.
Well, I
We
think,
talked
yeah.
about it when we,
Did
at
we-
the
was I
annex
gone?
meeting. That's true.
I had to leave for x-rays
Yes.
with the chat.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, I think it's neat that it,
What was the time frame when we felt like them?
On what-
No, we don't, okay, thanks.
the fall festival time.
It goes on Friday night, starts Friday night until 8.
Friday, it's like 4 to 8, and then it's like
And then all day on Saturday
I
and
think it's
Sunday.
like 10 to 6 or something on Saturday and Sunday.
Sunday shuts down early, it's 4 or 5.
At 4 or 5,
something,
okay.
yeah. Goes to
It's
8
Rivertown
on Saturday, I
somewhere.
think.
Yeah.
But we're doing pop-ups, store with vendors, doing taste testings, that is.
Yeah.
Giveaway stuff, find great reasons for people to come to the district and stop in the different stores, whether it's music or free samples or get money into the stores.
Cool. Anybody on Zoom have any questions or anything, or were you able to hear everything? Okay. Do you need any more information on, or you have stuff you good with?
I think I'm good.
Okay, all right. Alrighty. Well, we kind of jumped, since it tied in, we kind of jumped down the agenda a little bit, so we'll move back up to the holiday festival update. On my end, I've ordered the bags, they're red bags, like grocery bags, the nice little cloth ones, and our logo's on one side and then our Old Orchard holiday logo with the wreath is on the other. So I have bags ordered for that. I just need to come up with the wording and to so I'm gonna ask Fran for help with this. To get it out to the businesses to say whatever you want to, whatever swag you would like to put in a bag for the day for us to give out to everybody. I think I have 400 or 500 bags, should be plenty. I would think, if not, then we'll just cross that bridge and say, so sorry. And then we'll know for next year. But I'm a bad person, didn't write down time of the event. What can we figure that out, or what typically do we do for timing?
Santa starts at 11.
What's our date on that?
That is the first Saturday in December, which is the 7th.
7, that's right.
7?
Correct.
And then movie.
Parks and Recreation is securing the license
Okay.
for Polar Express and also the inflatable screen.
Okay.
I'm assuming you all want some hay bales for people to sit on that don't bring chairs and such, so they don't sit on cold ground.
That would be a wonderful
Okay,
thing, thank
just wanted to
you.
make sure.
Yeah.
So we're working on that. Obviously, with my transition, I will be briefing Deputy Manager Tyler and Fran as well about all these things so that if I'm not here, it's all still going on for you.
So then it's Santa and the movie and the carolers and, right?
Correct.
And then swag. And we're good with, Santa's good with dogs,
Yes, but not cats.
but not cats, yes. So I will make sure that there are
Only
dog
because
treats,
Mrs. Claus is allergic.
so. Anything else from anybody or am I missing anything? All right. We'll be on the lookout, or, you know, if you're talking to other businesses, things for swag could even be, they can have a random gift card to throw into a random bag or, you know, coupons or whatever, but something even like that. It doesn't just have to be a flyer, but if they wanted to surprise to get them back in, you know, something such as that, we'll just randomly stuff them in there and then we'll watch out at the end of the bags in case there's 10 left or 50 left. We'll pull and look at what's in there. So if that random gift card or coupon or whatever you decide that's bigger maybe for somebody else than others, whatever you want to do, we'll make sure it gets back to. I think that'd be a fair thing at the end, but you can use it to your advantage that way.
Who's putting together the swag bags?
Me, and I have volunteer help too. So we'll have them drop off any stuff that they want to put in the swag bags to the animal hospital. And then I'll assemble whoever has whatever is my plan. So. And it doesn't even have to be anything, at least they'll get something when they're there. We'll, if we need to, there'll be dog treats, so there'll be something in the bag for sure. And if we get nothing, then I'll go get some candy canes, even though I know Santa will be bringing them. We'll get something in there. Otherwise it'll look kind of funny, but I have a few connections. I can get some animal swag from some of the companies if need be too, so. Any questions on the? All right. So jumping on to new business. Total transparency, I missed the handbook. I didn't really pay attention. It was a busy time. So we have a Webster Grove Boards and Commission member handbook. And did you send out the?
No, not yet.
Yeah,
Figured you were
yeah.
gonna talk about it.
So it's and you can help me with this, it's the how-tos and the SOP, the standard operating procedures for our committees and our member handbook or our membership groups like this, and details all of the standard procedures for that. So Fran's gonna send it out electronically. And I think maybe what we'll do is put it on the agenda for next week. So if you could, or next month. So if you could review that and everything, so we all understand our roles and responsibilities. And then we can kind of talk about anything that we need to, and kind of review or answer any questions that we have and any questions that might come up. Is that a fair process? Okay. All right. Any questions on that? All right, we're moving along. BDC update regarding the coffee. Business coffee.
Want me to go?
Yeah.
Okay, so the BDC did meet, had their coffee, this past month, I guess it was now. Feels like a month ago.
18th of September.
Thank you, 18th of September. The Blue Dot business directory is now live and active on the website, so I encourage you all to go to your website. I know Kelly did sit down and take advantage of changing some of the things for her business, but all businesses in Webster Groves are listed there, including some that we pulled from Google that we didn't have in the city databases here, things that would not have registered with us, home-based businesses and such. And so that's been a soft rollout. It's there. It exists on the website. If you just go up and click on the business directory, you'll pull up a Google style map. And you can go to your business and just click edit listing and change anything that you want about it. So if your hours are not right, you need to add some sales or specials, there's media gallery, things like that. Take advantage of it. Also, when it publishes, after they come to us for approval and we republish them, for those that subscribe to the directory, alerts will go out. So if you have sales, people are gonna get notices about your promotions and your events that you're putting in there through the Blue Dot system if they subscribe. So that exists and is up. There will be a fuller rollout with Tierra working on some of that press release information and such out to the community, and then also some training videos for all of you about I'm not here and other folks are, how do we do this again? Where do we go quick to change our listings and such like that? We also did discuss the SID, we had a board for the SIDS, Community Improvement District, for those folks that may be interested, and then also the Economic Development Sales Tax, which is a dedicated sales tax that the city currently does not have. Brentwood has it. If you think of Brentwood Bound, they've dedicated it to that purpose, but that is an option for the city that the BDC has been looking at. So we sort of launched into some conversation with folks about, is this the right kind of tool if we're going to add capacity and funding to the business development efforts of the city? So I think there was a lot of other great conversations, and green dining was there as well. The folks who are the certifiers, so the people that actually do this work, not me trying to explain it. So that's good. And I think we've got some conversations with recycling that have come out of that. Some of that I think that is looking at those kinds of issues as well that'll have to be addressed.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions or anything?
The BDC subcommittee that's on the agenda has to do with this group is the one that set up the Fall Fest. They have another meeting on the 21st, just an informal in the morning at 9 o'clock at Maypop, if you want to get involved or learn more.
All right. City update?
Hey, everybody.
Good morning.
I did want to go back to the BDC coffee. I did attend that. It was very well attended, probably the best one, I think. Well, I don't know what you thought, Eric, but
It was well attended, yes. So there were a lot of
Yes.
folks. Yep. So
yeah, and the booths were very informative and well set up, and it seemed like the crowd was dispersed, which was always just kind of a good indication. Kati was there, Lydia was there, our two interns. And it was just good to see some familiar faces and some new ones. So I'm looking forward to the next one, and I encourage everybody to attend that. Next be in February, Eric.
correct. Unless they
So
change
that-
it.
Yeah. So that's always a good thing. And then council, in the last meeting, we approved the naming of the swimming pool after Benny Gordon, who was a developer and advocate for rights in Webster Groves. And so we renamed the pool after him, the Benny Gordon Recreation Complex. And I asked a question because I didn't know if it was just the pool or the whole rec complex, but that has happened. And back to the BDC handbook, I know Mayor Arnold kind of spearheaded that, or the commission handbook. She spearheaded that, put that all together with a little bit of council input, but that's credited to Mayor Arnold, which I thought is a good thing for everybody. And that's all I have.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Does anybody have anything else that they would like to bring up? Any new business?
Well, not new business, but I don't think that Kathy and Lydia got to attend our last meeting, did they? No.
No.
So Lydia's not here. Kathy is our YCME fellow from Southeast Asia. This is a joint program between the International City County Manager Association, United States. Thank you, the State Department, and various countries in Southeast Asia. So Kathy is here. I'd like her to introduce herself and tell you guys a little bit about herself. Also, and I would love for her to connect with you, John, for about 5 or 10 minutes, because what she's doing is very impacted by agriculture and what restaurants do with their food and leftover food and such as that. So Kathy, I'm gonna turn it over to you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Kelly. I'm from Laos. I'm joining the One City program. This program is founded by the former president, Mr. Barack Obama. So I will be here. I here already 3 weeks. This is my 4th week. Yeah. Yes, and I joined this in the theme of the sustainable development. So my purpose is to learning about how America they support on the sustainable development, how the initiative or any technology. So my personal passion is about the agriculture development. So nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you. Yeah. Have you enjoyed things so far?
Yes, many things is new for me, challenging, and also like experience with the things that a lot of unexpected. But I really enjoyed and I got really supportive from the team.
Good.
Well, welcome. Thank you.
And you remember we went to Frisco's?
Yes.
That's the owner, John is the owner.
Oh.
Let's stay tuned.
Nice to meet you.
So she had a lot of questions. So as you can imagine, and if you could give her, and we can arrange something later on this week if you have time for her to interview you and just hear about
Talk about that for-
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just one item, one
Yeah.
more item, sorry. Step up here. We had a special activity permit that normally you would all approve, got attached to a different permit, and so we just discovered it yesterday. It's for Oakwood Salon, which is the new salon across from Telly Tire. On this Friday, they were asking to shut down Oakwood right at Big Bend down to the bottom of the hill where their driveway is. Since the districts normally get a chance to look at that, I just wanted to bring it to you and make sure there was no issues. Police have it right now from a safety perspective. I talked to the chief last night. We don't think there's any issue, but I wanted to bring it up to you all for any issues that you would see with that.
Wasn't Oakwood from,
Oakwood from Big Bend, right across from Telly Tire, down to the bottom of the hill where the driveway goes into that parking lot. The sort of lower old Telly Tire lot. Not Telly Tire,
How they,
Subaru,
how they would turn in behind the building.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yes. Just
They
it's from,
Are they having an event, Eric, or is it?
yes. So they're having sort of a market night as part of their grand opening. So they have things in their parking lot and such, and they wanted to make sure to have people be able to walk in and things like that. So
Nice.
Timing of that,
closure would be at 4. The event is at 6.
that's
So-
tough, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oakwood? It's not the one next to Balcon there?
No.
No.
No, by that dental
Yeah.
office,
By
right there in the
house,
corner.
right across from the BP.
It's just
Yeah.
gonna affect residents. It's really not gonna affect
Yeah.
the district.
Yeah. So will there be some kind, I'm just gonna bring this up. Will there be any kind of coming from Murdoch? You know, a lot of people take that way home in the evening, especially at Murdoch and Big Bend, to say you can't really, if you turn right, you can't make that left right away.
Put a warning sign, notice sign up. I talked to Frank about that. So.
Yeah. People during rush hour don't even try to make a left there because it's nonstop
Well,
westbound traffic.
No, but people come back on Oakland to go right on
Yeah.
Big Bend from the back end, so they'll just have to go down.
I mean,
and-
I actually do. People are pretty courteous there. So, yeah, I just wanted to bring that up.
I used to live back there, so,
Thank you.
yeah.
I use that sneaky shortcut too.
Yeah,
If I'm coming from-
Yeah.
yeah, I go down.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
No objections then, as we process
No.
that? Okay. There you go.
No, thank you. Okay, well then it looks like next meeting is November the 12th. I already shared that most likely I will be virtual because I would have made a 17-hour trip back from the Outer Banks the day before, so if I don't make the 17 hours, I might not quite be here on time, and so I will plan on being virtual unless surprise I arrive, so not that it matters, but. So, all right, thank you, everybody. Can I motion for adjournment? John did, great.
Yes.
Enthusiastically.
Second,
I'll second.
Holland, if there's anybody opposed. Well, thank you, everybody.
Thank you all. See you next time.
Yep.